if you put your hand in front of you, you pinky down, your thumb up, you feel this bone right here in the bottom, the ulnar bone. If you're mounting your partner, use that bone, okay? We're gonna use that to do the work. We're not gonna use the elbow point too much. So we're gonna use all this for our work. So I'm just gonna drop in here. My back foot's gonna push, and I'm just gonna slide up my partner's body. Nice and easy. And then from right there, if you wanted, I might pull back on the trap just a little bit, not a whole lot, but when I get up here and I'm done, usually we'll pull in here and just go. You can get behind him. You can tell him he can brace himself by putting his hands straight on the table so you don't push him too far forward. So get your hands straight locked there. And then you're behind and you can push with your hands. You can push with your elbows all the way up and over. Yeah. And when you start leaning too much, just take a step forward. That way you'll keep your weight pretty much the same going all the way up and your pressure will stay the same. I want to make sure I don't just kind of slide off over the shoulder blade. I want to come all the way up into the neck, step up really high, and then drop my arm straight down in there. If I curve the elbow there, it's going to hurt her. So if I go straight, I know it's pretty safe and I can pull out. Right? And then when I get up here, I just like to turn. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be the same every time. I just kind of turn, re-engage, and I can start going down the body the other way. Forearm, my hands down here, just gonna lean in and start pushing, hoping that my hips and my shoulders and elbow all kind of go at the same rate. My pressure stays the same that way, all the way down the body. Nice. Remember to take a step when you need to keep your pressure about the same all the way down. Back, I'm going to put my leg back into the air. My whole body is going to just go up her body. Arm, shoulder, everything's involved. Just turning. One big swoop. Then what I can do right down here is I'm going to put my hands on both sides of her arm. I'm not going to make a tourniquet because there's nowhere for blood to go back. So I kind of push my fingers and thumbs together. And I just kind of drag down her arm. You see in that top camera there, just drag down, all the way down. When I get down to the wrist, I kind of hang on it and open it up a little bit with my thumbs. Make sense?
Are my thumbs on the bottom of the forearm or the top?
So what I would say for me, that whatever comfy for you, you want to make sure to do. I like to use my fingers on the top of the arm and then my thumbs on the bottom, on the flexor part of the arm. And then I squeeze down. Check it in. How's that pressure? Good.
Very good. Very good. Ooh.
All right. And then I can thumb in those palms a little bit. Open that palm up. All right. So let's do this. Let's say you wanted to get more pressure for your partner.
Okay.
I like to put my leg under her shoulder. And what I want to make sure is I put it under her shoulder, not like under her bicep. So if I just come up here and put my leg on the table and set her arm right there, I might put the bone, I'm just kind of pressing on the bone. What I really want is my knee to get under her shoulder. So I kind of pretend to put my knee actually in her ear. And then I drop her arm over my leg, and now my leg is in her shoulder. If I pull, she comes with me. Okay, so then I can hold that. I can pull, give some traction. While I'm pulling sideways, I can start to do a run up over the top of the shoulder. Using my knee to kind of maybe move her around a little bit, my leg, drop in. I like to come back and grab the shoulder and just lean way back and pull. Okay. And then coming back. And this is where you can do something nice on the forearms as well. These first knuckles are really abrupt, so I don't use them very much. It's the second knuckles kind of have like a shock absorber to them. And so I'm going to drop into her arm. I don't make a fist. I just kind of let the hand be really relaxed. And I kind of stand up tall and just push through her arm, down her arm, into her wrist, kind of hanging out there. See if anything wants to release. I'll go all the way into her hand. And I can do either arm, whatever's better for me. And I can saltwater tap it and pull. So here's something just for fun. If I wanted to really generate some pressure.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do a lot of work. I'd go ahead and get my knee out. I come here and I'm just going to step up, put my knee right in the glute, and then it's going to go down her body. I can get really high over it. And I can do two things at one time. I push up into her shoulder. Here. And if I want to be super, super deep, I can put one knee up on the table and then run that knee over her glute and down her hamstring. We're going to check in a lot when I do that because this can be a lot of pressure. You need more of the IT band. Come out and put the arch of my foot on her calf. Stretch her leg. Play around. How's that pressure, Nicole?
Good.
And then all I do is I'm gonna sit sideways to the table. So face me more. So put your right leg off like this and just sit on the side of the table. Then bring your leg.
Like that?
Yep. And then all you have to do is just lean and let your arm go down. You have to work hard at all. Okay? That's that thick part of the calf, the soleus. It's not the actual calf muscles yet, but that's nice. When I get to the knee, I kind of lighten up and just pretend I'm pushing fluid through or something. And then when I go to the sides of the calf, all I do is just turn her leg a little bit. Say push the heel out. That gets the inside calf really heavy. Push through. Or I can come in and turn the heel in towards me, which gives you the outside part of the calf. And you just lean. You can do this for 20, 30 minutes, never gonna even get tired. If it's if they're like a runner or a climber, they got a post event, you can just sit here and relax, be really heavy. I might stretch out every now and then, pretend I'm pushing fluids through that knee a little bit, come back, and then deep run again. Super lazy. Is that pretty easy?
Yeah.
So I like that a lot. And then one last thing I can do here, and then what I'd probably do is I'm just going to lift her knee up a little bit and push her heel kind of inside. And that's going to bring her knee out to where I can kind of expose it a little bit and get some of this IT band area. Okay. I'm going to be kind of careful there at first, making sure my partner likes what's going on, and then get more aggressive as time grows.
How about? That's funny.
So you can push up. Her knee's off so far, I might even gather that in my hip. So I might put her knee right in my hip pocket here, so I can kind of push it in. And then I kind of move her body with my hip while I'm working her glute, coming down her IT band, and coming down her calf.
Okay.
Then let me show you a little work on the table. So this is how you would work if you don't have a table, or if you just want to be a lot heavier over your partner, or just for like a change of pace. I do have bolsters in here to make sure that my partner's ankles are supported. I'm going to get up on it.
Do I need my knees out?
It's better that way.
Okay.
So I just find a place where my knees fit comfy, outside, inside, on her feet, wherever. I just want to very carefully come up her calves a couple times, not much pressure. Easy right to the back of the knee, and then maybe kind of elephant walk on the hamstring. Heavy left, heavy right, heavy left coming up. And see how far back I am? I'm not going to hurt her. I know my weight's really low, but if I get up like this, I'm starting to get much heavier. So I want to make sure I'm checking in with my partner, so I'm not doing too much. I can do my knuckles, palms, forearms, crazy elbows if I really need deep work there. Probably not most people. but just changing my work surface a lot so nothing gets tired.
Okay.
And then if you take one knee, put it inside your partner's legs. Probably, yeah, good, either knee. Then I can get a little further up her hamstrings. And with the other leg, if I take a big step, I can get all the way up her low back. Coming down. Trying to use my body weight, not my strength. Leaning in. As I'll put the knee on that forward leg on the table, I'll set it down. And then the knee that's inside, I'll come up and put it up here. And now I can be really heavy in the low back. I'm going to switch legs so you can see. Here, I can be here. I can come up. Back. Okay. Let's go to the next level on this. I'm going to come back. I'm going to put my knees right on top of her glutes. My toe is still on the floor, so everything's kind of supported. And I settle in, say, how's that pressure? You okay?
Yeah, good.
Okay. And then we're going to just take both hands. I'm going to get small at the back. My hands will push forward. My knees will pull back, and it'll open up the low back nice. So what I do with my bottom foot is I put my toes out like this so that it can pull me back, right? So when I go up, the knees are coming back. Nice low back opener.
Like that?
With both hands on one on each side of the spine. You can put hands on each other. So all your weight's on one side and really go up heavy. All the way. Get. Now lean over the body on the other side. So put both knees on the table and bring them into her side and just face me. So pick that right, or yeah, your left leg up and go other side of her body.
Like that?
Nope, all the way on the other side. Put your left leg on the right side of her body.
Oh.
There you go. Get a nice wide stance. I'm going to kind of pin the muscle down here in the glute. It's not the elbow because that wouldn't be nice. It's the forearm. I'm kind of pinning right there. I put my hands together here and I don't want to start before rib cage starts. So here there's no rib cage. Find the first rib. I put my arm right there. And then for a second, I'm pushing off with my muscles. But as soon as I can, this hand right here, when it gets to like a 45-degree angle, then I can just use my body to slide up really heavy. So come back, lean more to your left. Yep, a little more to your left. Now push that. Do you feel how much easier that gets?
Push which way?
What's
Towards her head?
Towards her, yeah. So I'm trying to lean. If my hand's back this way, I'm using my muscles to kind of bring it up. When I put it in front, my body weight just pushes it up. Yeah. She asleep? That's one. You don't get much feedback, but that's good. You get a reward. I love it. And I'll take some lotion, put it on my inside arm, so your right arm. I'm going to put the lotion right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push under her. So I'm not like raking her rib cage. I'm going to actually under her body the table, and I'm going to push in until I get up here and feel a little bit of that muscle build up. And then I'm going to turn and push all the way through. This is just a suggestion. If her arm stops, I stop wherever it stops. But if I can bring it up higher, I want to. And just lean into all that. The lats. And then when I come back, I like to just bring her arm onto my inside shoulder. And I just kind of hold the hand really tight, and I just sort of drag and see if she wants to come a little bit with me, or neck comes out. Lose the iPad. Here. And then I would probably set up to do the same thing again. Come in, suggest the hand goes up, push into the air to the side, really high. Nice. I've got some very basic goals here. I would like to push the shoulders away from her ears towards her feet. So I just kind of put palms on, get in there, and I just lean in. Arms are straight, so it's if my arms are bent, I'm doing this kind of weird sort of exercise. My arms are straight, I just lean in, all my body weight pushes her down, and I slip over her shoulders on her, mostly her biceps, and go down. Again, I'll do that several times. I also like to have the shoulders actually get back towards the table. So from right here, I might step up and just push into the, kind of into the armpit almost. I'm pushing the shoulders right down to the table, sliding on the biceps down as far as I can. And then again, when I come back, I don't want to pull her arms up. So I just kind of do a nice light come back. I get pretty deep. So I just take my fingers loose, set them in, blossom like a flower, and I'm about right here and here under her spine. I can lift her, do what I want to do. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean back. I'm not going to do the kind of little muscle pull thing. I'm just going to bring my fingers up each side of her spine, all the way up her neck. Nice and slow, feeling whatever's going on there. And when I get to the base of her skull, I'm just going to kind of open my fingers up wide and just sort of pull straight back. It's traction, but there's no Vulcan death grip, right? It's just slipping the whole time, slipping. Nice and nice here is probably good. What I'll do back here is I'll almost come under, arms really straight. I'm going to get right here with the heel of this hand, and I'm going to go under that shoulder. How we doing? And the hand that's holding her head is really kind of pulling the flexion there all the way out. Exaggerate, go down the arm, say something nice right here. Then you can kind of swing back. Maybe the shoulder might push out a little bit. Then all four fingers coming down, grabbing that shoulder, and as it gets closer to the neck, I'm finding the smaller line. What's the tightest line I can find here? I'm down to 2 fingers, my index or my ring in my middle, and now I'm gonna just let her relax on there. Nice. And that's a wash, rinse, repeat over and over again. I like these blossoming like a flower, coming up, really heavy. I'm kind of like the spine's sort of on these 2 fingers, but these fingers are really pressing in right next to it, pushing up. When I get to the top of the skull, I want to kind of make sure her chin stays up. I don't want to tuck her, if that makes sense. So I get up here, I'm hoping if I push my fingers up, her chin would go up in the air, it wouldn't drop like that. And then I hold on to the skull and I just kind of fall backwards, traction. I might do some face work here. Heavy of those palms come through, working on the muscles, the chewing muscles. And from there, I could stand up and go right out to a shoulder press.